The next video is the next installment for Cross Kill, and we're up to chapter 5. Hours passed like days as we waited outside the surgical unit. Bree showed up before noon. "Anything?" she asked. I shook my head. "Billy," Bree said, hugging her. "We're going to find who did this to John. I promise you that." "You didn't find Sonergy?" I asked in disbelief. "How could he have gotten away if he'd cordoned off the area?" My wife looked over at me, studied me. "Sonergy's dead, Alex. You all but killed him yourself." My mouth hung open and I blinked several times. "You mean you didn't send his picture out? You didn't look for him?" "We looked for someone who looked like Sonergy," Bree said defensively. "No," I said. "He was less than 30 feet from me, light shining down on his face. It was him." "Then explain how a man who all but disintegrated right before your eyes can surface more than a decade later," Bree said. "I can't explain it," I said. Maybe I need some coffee. Want some?" They shook their heads and I got up, heading towards the hospital cafeteria, seeing flashbacks from long ago. I put Gary Sonergy in prison after he went on a kidnapping and murder spree that threatened my family. Sonergy escaped several years later and turned to bomb building. He detonated several, killing multiple people before we spotted him in New York City. We chased Sonergy into Grand Central Station, where we feared he'd explode another bomb. Instead, he grabbed a baby. At one point, Sonergy held the baby up and screamed at me, "This doesn't end here, Cross. I'm coming for you, even from the grave, if I have to." Then he threw the infant at us. Someone caught her, but Sonergy escaped into the vast, abandoned tunnel system below Manhattan. We tracked him in there. Sonergy attacked me in the darkness and knocked me down and almost killed me before I was able to shoot him. The bullet shattered his jaw, ripped apart his tongue, and blew out the side of one cheek. Sonergy staggered away from me, was swallowed by the darkness. He must have pitched forward then and sprawled on the rocky tunnel floor. The impact set off a small bomb in his pocket. The tunnel exploded into white-hot flames. When I got to him, Sonergy was engulfed, curled up and screaming. It lasted several seconds before he stopped. I stood there and watched Sonergy burn. I saw him shrivel up and turn coal black. But as sure as I was of that memory, I was also sure I'd seen Gary Sonergy that morning, a split second before he'd try to shoot me in the heart and blow Samson's head off. "I'm coming for you, even from the grave, if I have to." Sonergy's taunt echoed back to me after I'd gotten my coffee. After several sips, I decided I had to assume Sonergy was still dead. So I'd seen what? A double? An imposter? I supposed it was possible with plastic surgery, but the likeness had been so dead-on, from the thin reddish mustache, to the wispy hair, to the crazed, amused expression. It was him, I thought. But how? "This doesn't end here, Cross. I'm coming for you, even from the grave if I have to." I saw Sonergy so clearly then that I feared for my sanity. And that ends that installment for Cross Kill.